What's up guys, Goonlister here, bringing you the best possible Arsenal squad builder that you can do, and for me to fit them in I've decided to go for the 4-2-3-1 formation. So for me, being an Arsenal fan, and I'm sure you guys do this as well, I always like to build the strongest possible team that I support for my club, so that includes all the informs, and that's what I've decided to do for you today. So let me go into it. So in goal we have ourselves Sir Chesney. He's an absolute monster. I do like my tall goalkeepers. I've added the shield chemistry style to him as well, that gives him boost with his reflexes, speed and kicking, because he's a little bit slow, but he's 6'5", so he does reach those corners well. He pulls off some great saves as well. He's like with his 84 diving, traditional save style as well, and he's just a solid keeper to have in goal. Definitely better than the alternatives. So we come to right back, and there's only one option for me there. The other option was Jenkins, and it was a silver, but Bakary Seni is a decent right back option. Not quite as good as Michael Richards for me, but he's one of the better options at right back. Solid all round. He's got great defending, 80 defending, not too slow at 75 pace, medium work rate, so he's not going to wander up the pitch unnecessarily. 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves as well. It's just a solid player to have a right back. So we come to the centre back, and I've gone for Laurent Koscielny. Still a decent player from where he was. Hopefully he'll get a few informs. I remember his inform from last year, second inform, was an absolute beast card to use. It's absolutely amazing. So but right now his regular card is pretty decent. 77 pace, 80 defending, 80 heading as well. Just a solid defender to use. Medium attacking work rate, high defensive, which is always what we want from a centre back, and fairly tall at 6'1". So we come to his centre back partner, and we've got ourselves Vermaelen. Decided to go for him just because he's got that little bit of pace as well. 71 pace, better defending and heading stats than Koscielny at 81 and 85 respectively. High attacking work rate, so he does wander a little bit. Medium defensive work rate, but when you pair him with Koscielny they balance off each other pretty well. 3-star weak foot as well. He's just a solid player to have there. And for both the centre backs I've used the gladiator trait as well, so if you have a look at that, that will give them a boost in their defending and shooting. The thinking behind that is that I want them to be more of a threat from set pieces, so hopefully that will, you know, if the ball drops them at the edge of the box, then they have a little boost there and get you some extra goals at set plays. So we come to the fullback, and we've got ourselves Kieran Gibbs. So we have a look at him there. I prefer him to Monreal on this game at the moment. 84 pace as well, solid defending at 78, solid passing at 74, decent dribbling as well for a fullback. Medium work rates, again, not to wander unnecessarily, but it does get involved if you wanted to make that overlap and run. 3-star skill moves as well, and he's just a solid left back overall. If he gets an inform, again, will be pretty useful. So we come to the centre defensive mid position, and I've gone for Aaron Ramsey. Solid player overall. You know, I love like using the informs to try and fit him in where possible. So decent all-round player. Look at that, 79 dribbling, 75 shooting, which is a massive increase from his regular. 81 passing, high work rates, so he does lose his stamina a little quickly. But 3-star weak for 3-star skill moves, solid all round, give him the engine chemistry style as well, just to increase on his dribbling pace and passing as well. And he's just a solid player and fun to use overall. So we come to his partner, and I've gone for Jack Wilshere. Arteta was in the mix for this position, but Wilshere for me was extra pace, he's better dribbling, and he's a decent passer as well, and decent defending, just all round. He's a little bit short, not the strongest, but he does get involved. He's got a high attack and work rate, medium defensive, so he's one of those players that sits to do the defending, but when he goes further forward, fits in perfectly well up, you know, further up the field. 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, and of course I've put the architect style to increase his passing and his heading, because he is in that defensive position. So we come to the left midfield now, and for me there was only one choice, and it was Lucas Podolski. Still a beast, you know, 81 pace, 87 shooting. That was, you know, that's all I have to say about him really. 3-star skill moves, only a 2-star weak foot, medium work rates, but you put that ball on his left foot and it's just game over for everyone else. So we'll come along to the right midfield option, and I've gone for a little bit of pace abuse here with Theo Walcott. And you know, 96 pace, 80 dribbling. I thought, well, I've got to get him involved somehow. He is a little bit weak and he's not great defensively, but I've got strength elsewhere in the team and 2 centre defensive mids, so I can afford a luxury player on the right hand side. 3-star weak for 3-star skill moves. I've also put the sniper trait on him just to boost him in his dribbling and his shooting as well, just to make his shooting a little bit more clinical when he gets into there. So a solid player on the right midfield and one of the best options there. We come to the highest rated player of them all now, and we get ourselves inform Mesut Ozil. Just a monster. Put everything through him. He's the key to the team. 89 dribbling, 87 passing as well, 77 pace, 77 shooting, not bad. I've given him the Hawk style to increase in his pace shooting and heading, because he will get, you know, in the position for some headed goals. 4-star skill moves as well. Medium attacking work rate, low defensive work rate, but because again I've got 2 CDMs in this formation, I don't need him to do any defensive work, and he can just get involved going forwards. And look at that, 17 goals and 19 assists from 36 games. He's just a revelation for me there. So here where it gets a little bit controversial, you might think this is a bit of a controversial striking option, but he's been like justified his position for me. 6 games, 7 goals, 3 assists, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, medium work rate. And the thinking behind it was I've put the Hunter style on him as well to give him an increase in his pace and his shooting, and because of his like ability, look at that, 86 dribbling as well, 85 passing, and then I've boosted up his shooting as well, and his shooting's pretty awesome, and you can shoot with both feet. He's got 4-star skill moves. He's just got everything you need from an attacking player. He doesn't have the strength, however, but with this formation, what I love about it is the fact that all the, you know, from the CDMs forward, they can all interchange, they can all do a little bit of each other's work, and just you can have those little intricate passing triangles, little 1-2s, and it just opens up defenses amazingly. There isn't that much strength there, but when you've got passing and movement as well, it can override strength in certain areas, because sometimes the players won't even get near them. The movement and the passing is that good, and then you've got any of those players there can finish if they need to, and that's what I liked about it. So the other options on the bench I had, you come across to the start, and we went with Arteta. He was close to getting in the squad. Ruzicka is a little bit unlucky being up against Santi and Ozil, never really stood a chance. Giroud there, he probably should have been in there if you want a strength player up the top, but I've got him there as well if I need to bring him off the bench. If you wanted the stronger midfield option on the right hand side, Chamberlain's there. Mayachi was just there for the pace. Informed Bentner was never good enough to play up top. It's a little bit too clunky for me. Mertesacker was unlucky, but with that 34 pace, I prefer my pacey defender. It suits my style of play a little bit better. We've got Fabianski in goal. On the bench as well as a reserve, we've got Jenkinson, Monreal, Flamini and Diaby. Although I love Diaby in this game, maybe if he gets in form he'll be in the squad, but for now, right now, I do prefer Ramsey a little bit to him. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this squad builder. If you did, leave a like below, comment, subscribe and enjoy the goals.
Looking